Hey you guys, so I'm back with a DIY craft video. You guys, for so long, ever since I started making jewelry, I had been getting so many people ask me to do tutorials on how I make my jewelry on my earrings mostly. Hopefully today you'll be able to see, this is my little setup right here. I'm in my craft room. I'm gonna show you the earring real quick. I went ahead and made one earring so it would save time because this is not a long process, but we're using paint and stuff like that, so you have to give it time to dry. So I'm gonna show you, because this one is over here actually with a coat of gloss on it. As you can see, it's all glossy, yes, but this is the splatter paint earring. And that is what you guys have been asking me about for the longest time, is my splatter paint jewelry, how I do it, and so on and so forth. So today I am finally going to show you. So I showed you guys what the earring looked like, and so I'm just going to go ahead and jump right in and show you guys some of the things you will need. For this particular earring, you are going to need some wooden pieces, and I already have wooden pieces right here. And like I said, for the sake of the video and the time and everything, I have already spray painted. Okay, now you can go ahead and use regular paint, and paint them whatever color you want, but for the base color, just the base color, I like to use spray paint because it's a lot quicker, it dries a lot quicker. This is a spray paint that I got from Walmart. Get it back in the paint section, of course. Okay, so you will need a medium-sized circle and then a small circle. Also, you will need something to, I don't know if you guys can actually see it, where the hole is at the top. You'll need something to punch a hole in it. Now, what I suggest is a hole punch. And I don't know if you guys can see, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the angle, how small that is. This is the smallest hole punch that you can find, I'm pretty sure. Your jump ring, you will need a jump ring, and then you will also need a ear wire. Sorry you guys, I don't know if you guys can see this stuff, okay? You will also, for the sake of this video, we're going to use a glue gun. Normally for just to make sure that the earrings are secure, I would use E6000 glue. You will need just like a little thing of water. You will need a paintbrush, something that has like a flimsy kind of thing, nothing that's really stiff, okay? You will need like a ruler or something that has a little bit of weight to it. You could use, what else? You could use maybe the end of, some scissors. Everybody has a pair of scissors, right? You could use even the end of a pair of scissors. And I'm going to show you why in just a second. It'll all make sense, okay? So I think, this is your choice too. If you want the gloss on your earrings, if you don't and you just want to leave it like a matte color, totally up to you. But if you want to add gloss, I think gloss just makes the whole earring look more professional and just more polished, okay? This is a clear acrylic gloss coating by Treehouse Studio. It looks like this. And I don't think this one has the pricing on it. But you can get it from any craft store. I believe these are around $6 or $7 for a bottle. Make sure it's water resistant. Your paint, whatever paint color you're using today, we are using this pretty island blue. This is by Anita's all-purpose acrylic. And then we are using macaroni yellow, and it's also by Anita's all-purpose acrylic. The names are funny. Macaroni yellow. That's like saying Waffle House yellow. Y'all, Benji Brown. That's who did that video. Benji Brown, where it's a guy. He does stand-up comedy, and he's dressed up like a girl, and he's doing makeup, and he said he's doing his eyeshadow, and he says, "We gonna use a little Waffle House yellow." Y'all, if you have not watched that video, Benji Brown, look him up on YouTube. It's hilarious. He's just freaking hilarious. So let's get on with this. Okay, so once we've spray painted our circles, around the edges, you can see where it's still white. I just take a black permanent marker, okay? You can take black spray paint, but this is just a lot easier. And all you're just gonna do is just fill in where the spray paint didn't get all of the edge. Okay, so there you go. So it's all covered now. The edges is all covered. And then the same on this one. I already did this one, so that one's covered. So now we are going to get into the splatter paint, which is what y'all all have been waiting for, okay? So I'm just gonna place my pieces right here kind of close together, okay? Then I'm gonna take my paint. You wanna shake up your paint, okay? And I'm just gonna open it here. And I'm gonna go ahead and use the blue first, and I've got it over here. And I'm gonna take the brush that looks like this, and I'm going to submerge it into the paint. And you're gonna wanna get a good amount on the paintbrush, almost to the point where if it's dripping off, but not completely, but it's okay that it does. Then this is what you're going to take your ruler, or like I said, anything that has a little bit of weight to it, and you're gonna tap the paintbrush onto the wooden shapes, and that's gonna make your splatter paint, okay? And I know, hopefully, let me see if I can get this kind of pointed down a little bit more so y'all can kind of really see it. I know that's not perfect, but hopefully you'll be able to see it. So here we go. Again, you're just gonna submerge it into the paint, and then you're gonna tap on both pieces, okay? And you can dip it again if you want to, and then just tap. And the closer you tap, the bigger the splatters. Okay, so that's done with the blue. And yes, you probably will get paint on you. That's just something that unfortunately is going to happen. So make sure you're not wearing any really expensive clothing. That's what I would suggest. Okay, we're going to use the yellow. Okay, and again, we're just going to do the same thing. Just going to do the exact same thing. And you can put, if you find that it's not really splattering like you want it to, that just means you want to dip some water. You want to dip it in some water. And I got paint all over me. But that just means you want to dip your paintbrush in some water, just to get, not a lot either. You just want to dip it in just a little bit, just to get the tip of it wet, so the paint will splatter a little more. So I'm going to kind of pick this up to show you how it's splattered. So that's what it looks like, and that's what you want. That's what you want your splatter to look like. And depending on, and that's what that one looks like. Okay, so right now I'm going to just let that dry. Okay, so now that the everything has dried, I'm going to go ahead and pick up this piece. And again, you want to remind yourself where you put the hole at the top. If you guys can see that, the hole is right there at the top. So we want to make sure that is at the top of this bottom piece when we glue it on, okay? So I'm just going to take my glue gun here. Turn this over. And we're just going to put a little glue just right at the bottom part of this, because we're not going to glue like the whole part. We're just going to glue kind of like in a moon shape. Okay. So we're just going to put a little bit, not too much, because you don't want it to be, too saturated. Okay. Just like that. Turn it over. just going to glue it on just like that, and you're just going to hold it. Okay. So there we go. We have it glued on there. That's what it looks like. Okay. And now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to spray it, and I'm going to show you the difference. This is still a little tacky, and I just put a fingerprint on it. So you want to make sure it's completely dry. So, but this is what it looks like. This is the gloss piece. You see where I put my fingerprint just now over here? Yes, I'm going to have to gloss that again. But do you see the difference in the matte finish and the gloss finish? It's a big difference. So if you want yours to stay matte like this, you can leave it like that. You don't have to. But I want a nice coating and a nice gloss on mine. So I'm going to go ahead and let it sit, or I'm going to spray it and let it sit for a few minutes. On the back of them, I don't put anything. I normally don't even gloss the back, because the way my earrings are, they're going to be, especially if you do yours as a stud, it's going to be up against your ear like that. So you're not going to really see the back of it. So I don't gloss the back of mine, because I feel like it's a waste of gloss. So I just leave the backs of them matte, but I do gloss the front. So I'm going to go ahead and gloss this one over again, and I'm going to gloss this one, and I will be back to show you really quickly how to put the earring hooks on and what the finished earrings look like. Okay, so I will be back. It'll probably take about 10 minutes for these to completely dry. So I will be back in about 10 minutes to show you guys how to finish up the earrings. Okay, hey you guys, so I'm back with the finished earrings. They look like this. I already have the gloss and everything on them. As you can see, this one's already done and has the ear wire and everything already on it, and I just have to finish this one. And I just wanted to show you just really quick how I do it. It's really simple, really easy, but both of these are done, and as you can see, they're glossy. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your jump ring and you're just going to open it. Okay, and then the way that we're going to get the ear wire to face this way and not have your earring turn backwards is the earring hook. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the earring hook is sideways like this. Okay, so the hoop is sideways, or it's not sideways. How do I explain this? Okay, this is what the ear wire hook looks like now. Okay, wait, and get my big fat fingers out of the way. That's what it looks like right now. We want to turn it so it faces this way. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to take your pliers and you're going to simply turn it. Hopefully this one will work. If you get the really cheap ones, they tend to break. But I don't think the ones I got are cheap. So there we go. So if you see it now, see it faces that way. Okay? And that's how you want it to face. So all I'm going to do is slip it on the jump ring. And then put it on just like that. Close the jump ring. And there you go. Now as you can see, it lets it hang to the front, and it's not going to turn backwards or turn anything like that. So this is what they look like. And this again is just the basic splatter paint. That's how I do my splatter paint earrings. Okay. So thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below. Don't forget to like this video if you would, please. And also share it with your friends. If you have other friends out there or relatives or whoever that does jewelry or craft videos, share this video and let them see it. Thanks, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.